Welcome back to Man City News Now, the home of every passionate Manchester City fan around the world. The stage is now set for one of the biggest matches of the season as Manchester City prepare to face Chelsea in the 2026 FA Cup final at Wembley Stadium. It is a massive occasion for Pep Guardiola's side, a chance to win another major trophy, keep their domestic treble hopes alive and continue their dominance in English football. This is not just another final. This game carries huge pressure, huge expectations, and huge meaning for both clubs. For City, this could become another historic chapter under Pep Guardiola. For Chelsea, it is a final opportunity to rescue a disappointing season. Wembley will be electric, and millions around the world will be watching closely. Manchester City have once again shown their winning mentality throughout this FA Cup campaign. They fought past difficult opponents and reached another major final under Pep Guardiola. Chelsea, meanwhile, have had an inconsistent season in the Premier League, but cup football has given them hope. Despite criticism and pressure, the Blues have found momentum in the FA Cup and now stand one game away from silverware. The history between these two clubs adds even more drama to the occasion. City and Chelsea have shared some unforgettable battles in recent years, including the 2021 UEFA Champions League final, which Chelsea won. Since that defeat, however, Manchester City have dominated this fixture and remained unbeaten against Chelsea in recent meetings. That record gives City confidence heading into Wembley. One of the biggest talking points before this final is how Pep Guardiola managed his squad in the recent 3-0 victory over Crystal Palace. Guardiola clearly had the FA Cup final in mind. Reports suggest he made around 6 to 7 changes to the lineup and rested several major stars to keep them fresh for Chelsea. Among the key players rested or protected were Erling Haaland, Jeremy Doku, Rayan Cherki, Josko Gvardiol-Savinho and Omar Marmoush. This was a classic Guardiola move. He wanted energy, freshness and explosiveness for Wembley. Instead of risking fatigue or injuries, Pep rotated smartly while still getting a comfortable win over Crystal Palace. The strategy worked perfectly. City remained in the Premier League title race while also protecting their stars for the final. That decision could become one of the key reasons City lift the trophy on Saturday. Pep Guardiola is expected to return to his strongest possible lineup for this final, although there are still questions surrounding Rodri and his fitness. Here is the predicted Manchester City lineup in a 4-2-3-1 formation. In goal, Gianluigi Donnarumma. In defence, Matheus Nunes, Abdulkader Kusanov, Mark Guehi and Nico O'Reilly. In midfield, Bernardo Silva alongside Rodri if fit, or Nico Gonzalez. Then in attack, Phil Foden, Rayan Cherki, Jeremy Doku and Erling Haaland leading the line. This lineup has balance, speed, creativity and power. The return of Haaland immediately changes the entire attacking threat. Chelsea defenders will have to deal with his movement, physical strength and finishing ability for 90 minutes. Doku's pace on the wing could also become a major weapon, especially against Chelsea's full-backs. His direct dribbling has caused problems for almost every defence this season. Then there is Phil Foden. Foden looked sharp recently, creating chances and showing confidence again. Guardiola will need him at his very best in this final, because he is capable of deciding big matches with one moment of brilliance. One of the biggest battles in this final will be Erling Haaland against Chelsea's central defenders. Interestingly, Haaland still has not scored in a final for Manchester City, despite playing several major finals. That statistic has surprised many fans and pundits. This could be the perfect moment for him to finally change that. Chelsea know if they allow Haaland space inside the box, the punishment will be immediate. Another huge battle will be in midfield. If Rodri is fit enough to play, City gain a massive advantage. Rodri controls the tempo, protects the defence and allows attacking players to move freely. Guardiola has already admitted the Spaniard remains a doubt, but his return to training is a positive sign. If Rodri cannot start, Nico Gonzalez may be trusted in midfield. The expected return of Doku and Cherki gives City much more unpredictability in attack. Doku can destroy defenders in 1-versus-1 situations, while Cherki brings creativity, technical skill and dangerous final passes. Chelsea may struggle if City's wide players consistently isolate defenders. This match means everything for Manchester City. City are chasing more history under Pep Guardiola. Winning the FA Cup would secure another major trophy, continue City's era of dominance, and strengthen Guardiola's legendary legacy even further. After disappointment in Europe earlier in the campaign, this final represents a massive opportunity to finish the season strongly. For Guardiola, lifting another FA Cup would reinforce why many consider him the greatest manager in modern football. Despite City entering the final as favourites, Chelsea cannot be underestimated. Cup finals are unpredictable. Chelsea still have talented players capable of changing games quickly, especially on counter-attacks. They will likely defend compactly and try to exploit transitions. And psychologically, Chelsea know they have beaten Manchester City in a major final before. That belief matters. City must remain focused from the first minute until the final whistle. Manchester City appears stronger, fresher, and more complete heading into this final. Guardiola's decision to rotate heavily against Crystal Palace could prove decisive because City's biggest stars should now arrive at Wembley with fresh legs and high intensity. Chelsea will fight hard, but City's attacking quality may simply be too much over 90 minutes. My prediction for the final score is Manchester City 3, Chelsea 1. Possible goal scorers include Erling Haaland, Phil Foden, and Jeremy Doku. If City score early, they could fully control the game through possession and pressure. However, Chelsea will still create moments, meaning City's defense must stay disciplined. Manchester City fans know how important this match is. Another Wembley final, another opportunity for silverware, another chance to witness history. Pep Guardiola has prepared carefully for this moment by rotating key players, managing fitness levels, and ensuring stars like Haaland, Doku, and Cherki are ready for the biggest stage. Now it all comes down to one match. Can City reclaim the FA Cup? Can Haaland score his first goal in a final? Can Guardiola deliver yet another historic trophy? We're about to find out. Stay tuned to Man City News Now for all the latest Manchester City updates, match reactions, transfer news, and post-match analysis.